cozy. Hi my loves, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Precious, aka Shades of Pressy. If this is your first time here, please do not make it your last. Make sure to subscribe, like, share. And today I'll be telling you people the story of how I took naked pictures when I was in secondary school. You heard me right. I took naked pictures in secondary school. If you want to hear the full gist, sit back, relax, get your glass of wine, get your popcorn, and let's get into the video. The story I'm about to tell you guys happened years ago. I already told the story on my Instagram, but the story was incomplete on Instagram. But today, I'm gonna tell you all the full gist. So if you follow me on Instagram, you must have seen or heard part of the gist, right? So while I was in school, this was in my SS2. I was in SS2, and in my school, I attended Command Secondary School, Suleja. So if you know Command, you know how strict that school can be. It's a military school. So I attended that school, and the way they do in SS2, we have these exams we write intercommand. It's like prepare you for SS3, WAEC exams and all. So when we have that exam coming up, we always have extension class SS3, SS2, and GS3 that are writing junior WAEC. They have this class. So during extension class, I was in school, and this thing happened during extension. Let me not fast forward. This thing happened during extension. So after the extension, we went home. We're supposed to spend like a week or two at home. I can't really remember. So I went home for my break, my 1 week break before resuming school fully. Now, while I was at home one day, I was in the room sleeping, and all I heard was Jesus. Nigerian parents, you know them, how they like to call the name of the Lord in vain. And I heard my mom scream Jesus. My dad was not home at this point, so I quickly woke up. Like this was like in the morning, but not very early in the morning, anyways. So I woke up to meet my mom and find out what the problem was, and I found out that my guardian, who is also a soldier in the school, called to let her know that my name was listed among the people that took naked picture. Apparently, was not just me, it was me and some of my classmates that took naked pictures in school. And my mom started asking me questions. I mean, when before my mom even started asking me questions, when she said, "Oh, that I took naked picture in school," what came to my mind was, who took pictures of me while I was having my bath? Or who took pictures of me while I was sleeping or something? Like, because I can't remember taking any picture of that nature. So that was the first thing that came to my mind. Then my mom started asking questions, and I told her I can't even remember taking any picture. I didn't have phone in school. Mind you, phones were not allowed in my boarding school, because if I didn't mention, it was a boarding school, so phones were not allowed. So I didn't have a phone. My parents too were strict, so I didn't have a phone in school. So how did I take naked picture? How did they even find the picture? All those questions were coming up, right? Then my dad was pissed, because after my guardian called my mom, he called my dad. And my dad called my mom. I was like, "Did you hear what your daughter did?" You know, African parents, when your child does something, it is not the other parent that owns the child, especially the mothers. "Have you heard what your daughter did?" Blah, blah, blah. My dad came home. There was no beg that I did not beg my dad, because in all this begging, I did not remember taking any picture, naked picture in school. So I didn't even still get it, but I was begging my dad. And see, my dad is a strict man. No, my dad can play, but he's strict and he's a military man. So you get the gist. So I begged my dad. My dad was like, "I disown you, blah blah blah, all those things that your parents will say when they are upset with you." My dad was not having it. My dad was like, "He doesn't have any business with me." Long story short, I didn't resume school immediately because my dad was pissed. But my friend that we go to school together, we live around the same place. She went to school, and then she gave my classmates the gist of what was really going on in my house, like how my dad was angry with me, and it was part of the reasons why I did not resume school immediately. So now I resumed school finally, let me just skip all those parts. I resumed school finally, and the whole of my classmates, the girls, because I was in the girls hostel, everybody surrounded me. They were asking questions. I'm not doing much with my makeup. That's why I say I'm relaxed doing just talking to you, because a girl is cooking. I'm trying to cook, but at the same time, I want to do this video because I still have other videos I want to do. So, my classmates came. Everybody was consoling me that my friend told them what was going on in my house, and even the person that I ended up finding out took pictures, that posted the pictures that they found, also came to apologize to me, which she was my bunkmate and also a friend of mine back then in school. Still, we don't even talk right now, but yeah, we were friends back then in school, and she was my bunkmate. Everybody came begging and apologizing on her behalf for like what she did to me, what it has cost me, and all. Now, let me tell you what happened after that. I resumed school on a Sunday. So on Monday, I realized that my mates, because I resumed school like a week after resumption, so I realized my mates were already serving punishment. Like my mates that were involved in the whole picture thing, they're already serving punishment. And if you know command very well, I don't think my blush is here. If you know command very well, their punishment is hard labor. You go cut grass. You cut grass. In fact, we did a lot. So the next day, I did attend class. I think what we people were wearing their school uniforms, but we that were under punishment, we wore our house wears and straight into work. We couldn't even eat. Like we were banished. It was like we were banished. We didn't eat when everybody was eating. We had to wait for everybody to eat and leave the dining hall before we eat because we were the bad kids. So that happened, and um what will happen, Sef? Okay, that happened, and I started serving my punishment. I think days later, my my school commandant at that time sent for everybody's parents, like all of us serving the punishment, sent for our parents to see our parents. And my parents did not come. Now, before I give you the gist, now let me explain to you what the naked picture was all about. What happened was we actually took pictures, but they were not naked pictures. They were not naked pictures. You know how our generation, our old parents, how they classify things, how they make things look very extra when they are not. That was basically it. So what happened was my bunkmate was taking pictures in the hostel one of the days we finished class, and she had her phone. You know, like I said, phones were contraband. So she had her phone in the hostel and they were taking pictures. And me, I was just coming back from class. Then I saw my mates taking pictures. And now involve me now, involve me. That was how I entered, and I went to take pictures. Mind you, I was putting on my school uniform skirt. I just took off my shirt and my shirt. Took off my shirt and I had just my singlet on. And the singlet I had on was not even very exposed. It was like this singlet we used to call X-back singlet back then. That was what I was putting on. And immediately I saw people taking like group pictures. I just ran. The space I got was behind. So I ran, joined them, took pictures with them, and that was it. That was the picture that she posted when we go home for the holiday, and the staff saw it and took it to school authorities and showed school authorities, and that was how we got caught for taking pictures. Now, why did they even tag the pictures as naked pictures? The people in front, people that stood in front in the pictures had like their tights, those short tights we wear. Maybe if I see picture I will insert it. Those short tights that girls wear, they had it on singlet. Some of my classmates, even my friend, one of my friend back then too, she and two other girls, I can't remember, I think two other girls anyways. I remember them anyways. I think so. They had their bums together. Like this one bum is touching this one bum touching. And this my particular friend I say I'm still talking to. She had Chelsea baby written on her shorts at the back, like on the bum. She had this written, and she's a very light skinned babe. So Everybody knew when they saw the picture because there was no faces, it was just bomb. So when they saw the pictures, they already everybody in my set knew who that bomb belongs to. In fact, the guys especially knew like which girl has that body. And that was the picture we took. Oh, nothing major, but it was tagged naked picture. I think maybe the most offensive picture there was the bomb, the ones with the bomb. But we have other girls that had their short pictures, raised their leg, and took like just crazy, just girls being young girls, right? And took those pictures. They tagged it as naked picture. Now, me, I was still trying to understand how, because I couldn't remember. I was like, how did I take this picture? How was I naked? Like, I couldn't remember. So they invite, like I said, they invited our parents to school. But my dad, that is a very strict African parent, and my dad could be very stubborn. I'm sorry, daddy. I'm sure my dad watches this, but my dad is a very stubborn man. I will not even lie to you. He's a very stubborn man. They invited them. My dad refused to come. He said he's not going to come because I embarrassed him. No, when it's embarrassing, the child that embarrass you, you cannot come and stand and just get further embarrassment from that child. So my dad refused to come. But other of my classmates, their parents came, and it was fun seeing everybody's parents come. I remember my classmate, um, her name is Rashida, and her dad came. Maybe her dad came because her dad is also a military man. Lately, she saw her dad's car coming because I skipped the kind of labor we did. We were washing the whole plate, like the whole school, like the dine. When we finish eating in the dining, we finish eating our food. We wash everybody's plate, and you can't imagine how many people were in that school. But we washed everybody's plate. Then we constructed roads, like we fill up the sack, like all the cement sack, we fill it up with sand, go and lay it on the road to become bombs. Like I don't think I've ever done hard labor in my life like that period. And I don't think I've done anything up to now, like the kind of labor I did back then in school for that punishment. Then after that, what did we do again? We cut grass. We just did a lot of labor. So now back to my classmate that coming. He's a military man, like I said, and her when she saw her dad coming, first thing she just started saying is Jesus, oh, Oga Ajibaye and Mama Afis don't come. That's basically her dad. She's calling her dad name now. That's Oga Ajibaye. Her dad is Oga Ajibaye. Her mom is Mama Hafiz, which is her elder brother's name. Hafiz, right? So like Oga Ajibaye and Mama Hafiz don't come. She was so scared. I was even feeling bad for her because I could already imagine my dad like that. Because my dad, mm-mm, my dad is not one to play with. Oh, my dad, I don't think my dad has. Okay, my dad has beaten me like once or twice since I was a kid, but my dad has never. And because that once or twice that he touched me, I don't pray for that man's hand to touch me again. Do you get? So I could understand her fears. This girl was scared, like, oh my god. And once they call your parents and your parents come, you're also summoned to like the commandant's office and they will address the matter. So she went and came back. Somebody that was scared came back smiling to show you that her parents really, they were not really upset. They were upset, but it was something they could forgive her for. Unlike my own daddy that used to come for me, but they forgave her. In fact, her parents brought her rice and stew. It was even mango season. They brought mango, which we all ate while we were waiting. We were waiting for everybody's parents to come, so we ate. Everybody's parents came. It was pretty chill. The parents that wanted to shout, be upset with their kids, were upset. They screamed. They did what they want to do. I did not see all of that because we had to wait at where we're serving our punishment while the parents and their children entered the commandant's office. That was basically it. Oh. Now, my dad actually came. The commandant had to call my dad because back then my dad knows the commandant, so he had like, because my name was there and dad had they had to summon him like, oh yeah, oh yeah, come, you have to come. So my dad came. I was even in the hostel. I was not expecting my dad, mind you. My dad was not speaking to me. Oh. My dad, I left home. My dad was not speaking to me. My dad was upset. And they called my dad. I was just in the hostel preparing for prep because the only thing we were not allowed to go for class, like morning classes. but we're allowed to go for afternoon prep and night prep. We will not serve punishment during the time, but we served punishment during school hours. So my dad came, and then I was in the hostel. I got a call. Somebody came to call me that I think the AO or commandant was calling me, so I can't even remember. So I went to where the commandant's office, or the AO, no, I went to the AO's office, and then AO took me to commandant's office. Let me do my lips. So the AO took me to the commandant's office, and that was where I found out that my dad was around. I didn't even know he was around, but the fear that gripped me the moment I saw my dad, that fear, I felt like my dad was going to pounce on me, just beat me black and blue. But when I got there, they printed this picture like boldly, very large papers. So when my dad came, what they did was to show my dad the pictures, and apparently my dad was not upset because he couldn't even find me in the picture. And why was that? Like I said, it was a group picture, and I just jumped into the picture. I was behind in a group of girls. I was at the back. All you could see was my head. You couldn't even see my body. Couldn't see my body to even know what I was wearing. So because the first people in line in the pictures were basically half naked or naked, like they said, were like what represented the rest of us in the picture. So we were all tagged girls that took naked pictures and blah blah blah. So when my dad saw that, oh, my body wasn't there, or was not showing my body, just my head, he was not upset. He was like, he didn't even know that was what the picture really looked like, and all. Just showed him. They then showed him other people's pictures, and my dad was like, no, this is bad. This is bad. Blah 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 blah. Anyways, ended up that my dad was not upset with me, and he ended up giving me money because initially he did not give me pocket money to school because he was angry with me. So before he left that day, he gave me money, and he didn't really speak to me. He didn't say much to me. My dad is not one person to. There's just times my dad will talk, but there are times where he's just going to let you be. And he didn't say anything to me. He just gave me money and left. So that was how my dad gave me money and left with no complaints. He didn't say anything. He just left. And after he left, we still continued our punishment for like few days. Then we're done, and then everything went back to normal. But there was a name we were tagged with back then in school, Facebook girls. If they wanted to address all of us that took those pictures, they call us Facebook girls. And why is that? Because the person that took these pictures ended up posting them on Facebook, and the teacher that saw it found it on Facebook. So we're tagged Facebook girls until we left. I think we're still called Facebook girls till SS3. They were still calling us Facebook girls. And that was how I took naked pictures back then in school. And thank you guys for listening to my story. And yeah, I have so many gists coming up for you guys, but this is one of many. Sit down, relax, and wait for my next video. But before then, if you've watched this video, like it. Yeah, like it. Share the story to somebody you've had like a boarding school experience with. If you've had such experience, something similar to this, drop it in the comments. Tell me your boarding school stories in the comments. I think maybe I'll do a series of like, or a series of compilation of everything I experienced in boarding school for you guys to listen to. And that's basically it for this video. If I keep rambling, I think I look too good. By the way, yeah, we never addressed my makeup. Today I did a different lip combo. I used to do this lip combo in the past until I started doing my normal eye pens, a lip liner, and just lip gloss. But today I decided to do something different. What do you think? I think I look good. Anyways, if you've watched this video up until this point, please do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and everything nice. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. I love you. Mwah.